So we're going to continue with that by differentiating, right? So first of all, I have to find d over d theta, right? So dy over d theta, looking at this, right? Dy over d theta will be the derivative of tan. Remember, it's sec, right? It's sec squared theta. Then the derivative of sec theta, remember that one is sec theta tan theta, right? And then now you will say, okay, this means you have sec squared theta multiplied by 1 over sec theta tan theta. Simplifying that further, which one of that will cancel there, which means that you are going to have sec theta over tan theta. Okay, sec theta over tan theta. And then when we simplify it, right, let me just see, for sec theta, remember it's going to be 1 over cos theta, right? And then for tan theta, remember it's going to be sine theta over cos theta. So if we're to simplify this further, usually what I do is that if I see that I'm dividing by a fraction, I just take the numerator on top, right? So which will mean that you're going to have 1 over cos theta times cos theta over sine theta, right? Then the answer will then be 1 over sine theta. Now it's best to always leave your dy over dx as a fraction. And now, since it's a fraction like this, and here you see that there's just 1, there's nothing. Remember we said that dy over dx, the derivative will be equal to a over b, right? Now if your a is equal to 0, we're going to have what? We're going to have horizontal asymptote, horizontal tangent, sorry. And then if b is equal to 0, remember we're going to have a vertical tangent, right? So in this case, because here it's just a number, it means that we are not going to have any horizontal tangents. So we're going to say no horizontal tangent. However, we do have sine theta, so there definitely we can equate it to 0 to find the vertical tangent. So we're gonna write vertical tangent. So we shall say sine theta, we equate that to 0. Now where is sine theta equal to 0, right? If we can remember the original graph of sine, how does it look like? Remember that it looks like this. We're just going to focus on the mother graph. Let me write it here. Yeah, so remember here it's 0, and then for my people who are struggling, yeah, I know with like I know myself, I struggle with the radians, so I usually just try to memorize this table. 90 degrees is pi over 2, right? So it means here we should have pi over 2, and then here we should have what? It's 180 degrees, which means we should have pi, and then remember here it's 2 pi. In the middle here it's what? In the middle is 270, which is 3 pi over 2, right? 3 pi, okay, let me write it here, 3 pi over 2. All right, so when is sine equal to 0? I think we can agree that it's equal to 0 on this point, on that point, and on this point there, right? So we can say it's equal to 0 on pi, right? 9, yeah, on pi, and on 2 pi, right? 2 pi will give us the same answer as pi, so we can say on pi, and then maybe we can also say on 0. It's fine, pi and on 0. right? 2 pi will just give us the same answer as pi. So now this will be so it means when theta is equal to one of these, right? When theta is equal to one of that, our denominator is going to be 0. Now you can put sine pi into your calculator. It should give you 0, and sine 0 should give you 0. So now we are going to substitute those into the original equation to find the coordinates now. Okay, so to find the coordinates, we'll then say number 1, x will be equal to sec pi, right, which means 1 over cos pi. So what does that give us, right? So if we say 1 over cos pi, remember to put your calculator in radians, right? So you say 1 over cos pi, yeah, we get -1, right? And then in terms of y, we're going to have tan pi. Then the answer will be what? Tan pi. The answer will be 0. So that is the first point. Okay, so let me just try to do this just to create ourselves some space. So it means it will be at -1 and 0. Therefore this means that the vertical tangent, right, will be at that point. So then we can then use 0, right? Say x is equal to sec 0, which is 1 over cos 0. 1 over cos 0. What do we get? So you say 1 over cos 0, you find 1, and then for the y it will be tan y is equal to tan 0, right? So when you put tan 0 into your calculator, you get 0. Therefore the second point will be 1 and 0. Then you have answered the question there. So that was the main idea, just to find those points there. If here you had a certain maybe ratio, maybe tan or cos, you just equate it to 0, solve for theta using the general solution method, or just using the function itself, and then you just substitute those into your original equations, and then you get the points. Hope that is clear. Best of luck.